Hey, Fragrance Junkie gang, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. It is time for my March home fragrance empties. Starting with the room sprays, we have In the Stars, Sun Drenched Linen, and Cozy Cashmere. I absolutely love all three of these fragrances, so they would all be a repurchase for me. Moving on to the wax melts, we have two of my favorite fragrances from Walmart that I always purchase and will always repurchase. Better Homes and Gardens Wild Lavender and Linen, and Sensational Bubbles. Sensational Bubbles is strong. It's your fresh, clean laundry detergent, soapy fragrance. And Wild Lavender and Linen, if you love lavender and linen fragrances like I do, this one is literally the best of both worlds. Both of these are nice and strong. I feel like Bubbles is a little bit more intense than Wild Lavender and Linen, but if you don't mind strong, fresh, clean fragrances, you can't go wrong with either of these two. Then I went through a pack of Cringle's Spanish Moss, which I absolutely loved. I purchased it twice in the large 2-wick candle, and then I went ahead and picked up 2 packs of wax melts. I think this one is still available in the wax melt. Sadly, this one was discontinued very early. Hopefully, Cringle will bring this one back. This is just a nice, fresh, sweet, green, mossy fragrance that's perfect for the springtime. It doesn't give me that damp, earthy, like moss fragrance that you get in some of your fall and Halloween fragrances. So while it's perfect for spring, you could also enjoy this one during the fall season as well, or any season that you want a nice, fresh, green fragrance. Then I already melted through my pack of wax melts from South of Sanity Creature. I absolutely enjoyed this as a bedroom fragrance. That cologne scent that I got that was slightly present on cold dissipated once the wax melted. It was a soft medium, so I say it was about a 5 out of 10 in my bedroom space. Noticeable, present, but soft. So this is one that I wouldn't mind repurchasing again. It was a nice, pretty, fresh, clean scent. Not as the packaging, some of y'all probably look at the packaging and be like, what is that? And then the note of the dark, I think it's dark lake waters or something like that. This is just a really nice, fresh spring, clean, aquatic fragrance. Then we have Pastel Studio from Cringle's Easter collection. Now, while I did enjoy this fragrance, I didn't repurchase it because I was expecting a little more from it with the green notes and the rhubarb note that was listed in here that I really didn't get on cold or while lit. I mostly got the fruity notes, and it was the strawberry and the peach that stood out to me the most. Pastel Studio has notes of rhubarb, aromatic, apple, strawberry, leaf, peach, grass, raspberry, and coconut. So no coconut. The raspberry and apple were probably the supporting fruit notes, but again, the strawberry and peach stood out the most. No grass, no leaf, no rhubarb, not to my nose. This one had a bit of a sooty finish towards the end of the candle finishing out. So I don't know if it was just the wicks, because these aren't super tall jars to where it should act as a hurricane as you get deeper into the burn. So I don't know what happened, but I wasn't burning this one as long as I usually do my Cringles. I think I kept this one between 3 to 4 hours max. So this one, I liked it, didn't love it, so I didn't feel the need to repurchase it. And this one had a medium presence in my open concept space. Another Cringle Easter candle that I also finished up, Tangerine Tulips. Now, this one for me on cold and while lit was a citrus bomb. I got more of the sweet, juicy, citrusy tangerine more than the floral and green notes. I was hoping the floral and green notes would have been amped up a little bit more in this fragrance and more balanced with the tangerine, but it was still enjoyable. And because to my nose, the tangerine is more present, I feel like you could get away with enjoying this as a transitional scent from spring to summer. This one also had a bit of a sooty finish. The wax never discolored, but I did notice soot accumulating on the jar, the inside of the jar, as I got deeper into the burn. This one also had a strong medium presence in my open concept space. While I did enjoy it, it was a like and not a love, so I didn't repurchase this one. Now, when it comes to Berry Blossom, on the other hand, this one I enjoyed more than Tangerine Tulips. However, it was still a like, not a love, so I didn't repurchase it. The strength and throw on this one in my bedroom was in the high range, but in my open concept, it was in the strong medium range. So I really enjoyed this as a bedroom scent. It leaned a little perfumey with the raspberry and the floral notes, but overall, this was a beautiful scent. Sugared raspberries, fresh lily, green ivy, and meadow filled. I believe this one had a little bit of a sooty finish as well, but not as bad as some of the other ones that I burnt through from the Easter collection. But I really did enjoy this fragrance. And if you like fruity, floral, perfumey scents, then I recommend giving this one a try. At the time I'm filming this, we were literally just at my mom's house putting together the banana pudding for Easter. We always get together after church for Easter and we have dinner together. And the banana pudding is always the star of the show when it comes to the desserts. This one had a strong medium presence in my open concept, but when I put it in a hurricane, oh my gosh, this filled my entire open concept and traveled to the second level of my home. And every time I was burning this candle, my kids was always like, why does it smell like banana pudding? So this definitely made us crave banana pudding. To me, this lived up to its name. I enjoyed the fragrance so much that I did back it up. So I have one more in my stash. The wax never discolored, and it was just a little bit of soot accumulating as I got deeper into the burn. But other than that, I really enjoyed this one, and I'm so glad I have a backup because so far Goose Creek hasn't brought it back out yet. And then the only large 2-wick Cringle jar that I have is from the Reserve line, and it is in the fragrance Bonfire. To my nose, on cold and while lit, this isn't a smoky woodsy scent like I expected. This leans more masculine cologne-y. This has woodsiness and it has a spice to it, like a peppery cologne vibe with a little bit of like a forestry greenery in the background of the pepper and the wood. The scent notes for Bonfire are wood, pepper, cardamom, ginger, amber, and fir. So overall, while I did enjoy this fragrance, I wasn't expecting it to be a masculine cologne scent, so I didn't repurchase it. Strength and Throw was a strong medium in my bedroom. It wasn't overwhelming, even though it was a cologne scent. Nice, strong medium presence, but not headache inducing. This one did burn hot and fast around the 3-hour mark, so I kept my burn time down to 3 hours. I didn't just let it go like I normally do with my Cringles, but I did enjoy this one for what it was. And if you were staying away from this one because you thought it was going to be a smoky, fiery, woodsy scent, it's not. If you enjoy masculine cologne scents, you may want to give this one a try. Then from the Passport to Japan collection from Goose Creek, we have Mount Fuji Mist. I really enjoyed this candle in my open concept space. It had a nice, strong medium presence to it. This one was definitely more of your fresh outdoor green fragrance. And even though it had a fir note in it, I believe, it didn't lean like your typical wintry Christmas tree fragrance. It was really nice. Burn quality was great on this candle. It didn't burn hot, fast, or sooty. So no soot accumulated in the jar, no wax discoloration. So if you didn't get your hands on this one and you like fragrances with notes of cool mountain mist, juniper berry, white fir, and worn cedarwood, I feel like even if you don't want this one for the springtime, but you feel like you would enjoy it more in the fall or like a late summer transitional into fall or winter scent, I highly recommend picking Mount Fuji Mist up. Then we have Sugar Mochi, one that I was going to pass on, but I'm glad that I did pick it up because despite this having that marshmallow and vanilla fragrance to it, it definitely had a little bit more of a pretty, almost slightly perfuminess where I was able to enjoy this as a bedroom candle. And my open concept, it fell in the low medium range of a 5 out of 10. So it mostly just lingered in the living room space. It wasn't so much of a background scent, but it was definitely soft and present. So I enjoyed this one in my bedroom where it was a solid 6 out of 10. So nice, you know, soft medium presence, but had a little bit more oomph to it in a smaller enclosed space. Now this one, the wax did slightly discolor towards the end, but was this one a hot burner? It might have been. I think I did have to keep my eyes on it around the 2.5, 3-hour mark, but no soot accumulated in the jar. You know, just stay on top of trimming your wicks, watch your burn time, and you should be good to go. But sometimes the wax just discolors, whether it's from the wick fibers shedding off or a little bit of soot happens during the burn, but it wasn't nothing terrible to where it tarnished the fragrance. So I was able to enjoy the whole candle, and I'm so glad I didn't pass on it because it's really a beautiful fragrance. And then I think this is my first Disney princess candle from this year's release that I finished up, Snow White. I was expecting this to be a straightforward, like basic red apple scent, and it wasn't. It had a nice, I want to say like a berry note in there with a perfumey undertone to it. So I believe this one was in the medium range in both my open and closed concept. So I was able to enjoy it in either space. Now, Snow White did have a bit of a struggle when it came to the wicks, which I did show in my post-burn review. It didn't burn sooty or hot and fast. It's just that the wicks, this one was more of a slow burner. It didn't get puny wicks, so I was able to let this one burn longer than some of the rest of the candles in the collection. However, the wick fibers were shedding off into the wax pool and the wax was getting discolored. It didn't tarnish the fragrance, so I was able to finish it out. But I did enjoy this one, and I'm glad I picked it up. Moving on to Viva Brazil from Bath & Body Works. This candle, if you love passion fruit and guava fragrances, you have to get this one. Now, my store is sold out of it, So I'm glad I did finally get around to picking it up before it sold out. This candle had a high strength and throw in my open concept space. I rated a solid 9 out of 10. Strong, but not overwhelmingly so. It did fill up my entire open concept. Not only did it travel upstairs into my hallway, but if any of the bedroom doors were open, it did drift into the bedrooms as well. So if you like a nice, juicy, sweet, fruity fragrance that's strong, I highly recommend Viva Brazil. This one also didn't give me any issues with the wicks, didn't burn hot, fast, and sooty, but the wax did get a little discolor on that last burn as I was letting it finish out. This one, the fragrance lingers after you extinguish the flames for a good amount of time as well. So if you like lingering effects and again, strong, fresh, sweet, fruity fragrances, then I highly recommend picking this one up. Last year, Cringle released these 3-wick jars that had photo labels on them. They weren't the painted classic 3-wick jars. So I did pick up quite a few of them. This one is Letters from the Heart. Even though this one doesn't have a fruit note listed, it's peony, I think jasmine, and sandalwood. I feel like I was getting some type of dewy pear note. Could have been apple, but it leaned more pear to my nose on cold and wild lit. This one was a strong medium in my bedroom, and it was pretty much a basic like fruity, floral, perfumey body care scent. So while I did enjoy it, I didn't feel the need to repurchase it. And I honestly think this one has been sold out and discontinued on the website. And this is what I'm talking about with the diameter of the jars. Like the Easter candles, I think the diameter is just a tad bit smaller than this. I never really get soot accumulation on the Cringle 3-wick jars or the 4-wick jars. Sometimes I'll get it on the 2 wicks depending on how the wicks burn. Not all the time, but when it comes to the 3 wicks and 4 wicks, I never get any soot accumulating on the jar and the wax never discolored. So this one was a great burn. This next crate has a couple of fall fragrances that I went ahead and finished up. So this is Fresh Orchard Apple from Goose Creek. High strength and throw in my open concept space. I rated a solid 9 out of 10. The fragrance lingered, filled my open concept space, traveled upstairs into the hallway in the bedroom. So I really enjoyed this one. It kind of reminded me of Macintosh, but slightly different. Fresh Orchard Apple has fragrance notes of crisp red apple, ripe pear, and orchard wood. So I think it's the pear, even though the apple is the dominant note, the pear and the woodiness, like it kind of gives that outdoorsy, like orchard vibe, kind of makes this one a little different from Macintosh. But overall, I enjoyed it. And if it returns, I will repurchase it. And this one had a nice clean burn to it. Didn't burn hot, fast, or sooty. So I did keep my burn time down to 3 hours just because I didn't want to overburn it. But overall, if this one returns and you like strong, fresh red apple fragrances, then I highly recommend it. Then we have Winter Wonderful from Goose Creek's Frosty the Snowman collab. I enjoyed this fragrance because overall it was a like balsam tree scent, which I love balsam tree scents during the winter and holiday season. This one wasn't as strong as Bath & Body Works Fresh Balsam. This one was more of a soft medium, 6 out of 10 in my large open concept space. So I did keep this one in my living room space and it filled the room nicely with a noticeable presence. Goose Creek has a lot of tree scents that I enjoy. So even if they did come back, I think they have their own balsam fir scent. I love Bath & Body Works Fresh Balsam as well. So any tree scent, outdoorsy or like indoorsy Christmas tree scent, I always purchase during the winter holiday season. So this would be one that I would repurchase. Also, the burn quality was great on this candle. Didn't burn hot, fast, or sooty. So a nice clean burn with no wax discoloration. Last fall was my first time experiencing fall garland from Goose Creek, and I'm so glad that I picked it up because I really enjoyed this candle. So I would repurchase it if it returns this fall season. I think this had apple, pear, and a balsam fir note. Yeah, spiced apple, juicy pear, and balsam garland. And that spiced apple wasn't too strong. The pear and the apple blended nicely with the balsam. This one was also a soft medium in my open concept space. I rated a 6 out of 10. And overall, the burn quality was good. The wax just got slightly discolored on the last burn or two, but it didn't tarnish the fragrance, so I was able to finish it out. And I can't wait to pick this one up again this upcoming fall season. Farmhouse Pumpkin and Spice, aka Spice Pumpkin and Patchouli. I love this candle from when it was first released in the Neutrals line, and I have been purchasing it ever since. And I remember when I got in store and I did my big fall haul, And I put my nose on this candle because Spice Pumpkin and Patchouli wasn't out yet. As soon as I smelled it, I was like, oh my God, this is Spice Pumpkin and Patchouli. I'm so glad they brought it back. I enjoyed this one in my bedroom space where the Strength and Throw was a solid 7 for me. The burn quality was also good on this one. I love this. Just popping the lid off, I can smell the fragrance. So I hope Bath and Body Works brings this one back again this upcoming fall season, because you know sometimes they'll bring stuff back and then we won't see it again. So absolutely love this fragrance and definitely would repurchase it. Blush and Blossoms from Cringle has been discontinued, but this was a musky rose lilac floral fragrance. The scent notes for Blush and Blossoms are rose petals, floral, fresh lilac, green ferns, herbal, and musk. So while it does mention greenery and herbal, I didn't get any of that with this candle. Fell into the soft medium range of a 5 out of 10 in my closed concept space. So I enjoyed this as a bedroom candle. I liked it, didn't love it, so I didn't end up repurchasing this candle. And as I stated, I believe this one has been sold out on the site for a while now. Burn quality was also great on this candle. Didn't burn hot, fast, or sooty. Now, Gardenia from Cringle is one that I would repurchase. This one was a soft medium in my open concept, so I kept it in my living room where it was about a 6 out of 10. Noticeable present, room filling fragrance. This Gardenia fragrance isn't a sharp white floral. It has some sweetness to it and a little bit of a creaminess, but it does still have that classic white floral gardenia fragrance to it without going, you know, perfumey or what would they call it? Mature smelling. So I really enjoyed this one. This one is definitely different from Bath and Body Works white gardenia. And I feel like it's also different from Goose Creek's gardenia petals. So really enjoyed this one and definitely would repurchase it. And the burn quality was also great on this candle as well. Clothesline Breeze from Bath and Body Works was one I almost passed over when I went in store to check out the new scents, but I'm glad I didn't because I really enjoyed this. This one for me was a soft medium, 6 out of 10 in my bedroom space. This is not your harsh, well, to me, I love Laundry Day. Everybody say it's so harsh, it's so strong, and I get it, but I love Laundry Day. I love a lot of the fresh, clean, either laundry detergent, dryer sheet, fabric softener, or like linen scents that Bath and Body Works comes out with. So when I smelled this one, I did do a dedicated post-burn review of it. And as I was burning it, I was really enjoying it. So I went back and repurchased it. This one, towards the last couple of burns, did get a little wax discoloration, but it didn't tarnish the fragrance. And for this to be like a matte jar, I kept my burn time to 3 hours, so I didn't get a ton of soot inside the jar. So this one was really nice. I was expecting it to be a hot mess with this type of jar style, and I think this one had the thick rope-like wicks. Yeah, but they weren't massively thick, and they weren't the thin core ones, so it didn't burn super hot and fast. But I really enjoyed Clothesline Breeze, and I'm glad I backed it up. If you like more softer, fresh, clean linen scents, then I highly recommend picking this one up. I believe Sweet Lime and Lavender came out in 2024 from Goose Creek. This one was interesting. I never had a lime and lavender candle before, so of course when I saw the name and the scent notes, I was curious to try it out. This one was a soft medium presence in my bedroom, a 6 out of 10. So even though it has lime, I think it has a soft lemon note and lavender, the lavender note isn't super, or wasn't super like herbal aromatherapy lavender. It was more subtle and in the background of the citrus notes. So it gave it a twist to where this, when you smell this on cold or you burn it, it doesn't give off like straight up like kitchen open concept vibes. Like I was able to enjoy it in my bedroom. And I feel like the soft lemon kind of was the star of the show with the lime as an undertone to the lemon. So interesting blend. I did enjoy it. I didn't back this one up when I first purchased it because I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. And I just got around to burning it, 2 years later? So I enjoyed it. It was a like, not a love. So if it did come back, I would probably pass on it. But I did enjoy it for what it was. And the burn quality was good on this one. No soot. It wasn't a super hot, fast burner. I will say on the last burn, you can see my wicks is still a little tall in there. The wax did start to get discolored and it started to take on a little bit of that sooty smell. So I just extinguished the flames and called it a day. But overall, the majority of the candle burnt great for me. Then we have Lemon and Mint Leaf from Bath and Body Works. I am kicking myself. When I was in the store, I started to just get two. But when I was smelling it in store, the spearmint leaf note wasn't really coming through much for me. I guess all the other fragrances that was going on around me and all the candles I had sniffed, my nose was getting a little tired, and all I kept getting was like the sweet, like zesty, citrusy lemon. So I knew the spearmint leaf was there because I got a sweetness with the lemon. But I was like, I'll just get one. I'm going to post-burn review it. And then if I should have known with the cult following to just get the two. And then I could have just returned the one I didn't burn. Really enjoyed this candle in my open concept space. I would place the strength at a strong medium with the throw at a high, because placing this in my dining room space, it filled my open concept space, and the scent did travel upstairs into my hallway. It didn't go into the bedrooms or anything, but when I walked out of my bedroom into my hallway, I could smell this candle. So really enjoyed it. If you love lemon and you love mint, you can't go wrong with this one. So those that get it, get it. I know it's basic, but when you love fresh lemon scents and you don't mind like mint fragrances paired with it, this was really good. I think it was really like nicely blended. It had a nice strength and throw without being too overwhelming. So if I can find this one again, I think it did restock briefly on the website, but I don't really mess with Bath and Body Works shipping like that. If I don't see it at my local store, I just don't get it. If I was to be at another location just shopping around and I saw this one, I would definitely pick it up. So I don't know if it's going to return, you guys. I don't know if they made limited quantities or it was just that popular. And if it was just that popular, that should let Bath and Body Works know to bring this one back. So highly recommend this one. It's basic. It's not reinventing the wheel, but it is nicely done. And the burn quality was great on this candle. I didn't have any issues with puny wicks, no hot, fast burning sooty jars. And the wax didn't discolor. I was on a lemon kick for the month of March, you guys, and I'm going to be on one again for the month of April. But I finished up Sugared Lemon from Goose Creek. This one was a strong medium in my open concept space, so it filled the open concept space nicely. And this one was more of your sweeter lemon fragrance without being like a super sweet lemonade, and it's not super fresh, zesty tart lemon either. To me, it was equivalent to Bath and Body Works. I think it was sugared lemon zest. So I have one more of this particular package style in my stash. So I haven't bought it the past couple of years it was released, because I stocked up on it when I first got this one and I loved it. So once I burned through my last one, I think it's still out in the odor eliminating line. So if you like sweet lemon fragrances, I highly recommend it. Burn quality was great on this candle. Didn't burn hot, fast, or sooty. So kept my burn time down to 3 hours. And this one didn't have massively like thick rope-like wicks, but they weren't thin and skinny either. So this one had a good burn quality. So I think that's another reason why I kept hauling this particular one when it was available. I don't know how the odor eliminating one is going to burn, but I think Goose Creek has came a long way with the burn quality when it comes to soot with their candles. Not all of them. I'm not saying they all burn perfectly clean, but I don't have a lot of issues with soot when it comes to my Goose Creek candles. So love Sugared Lemon and highly recommend it. I think this is the last lemon candle I burnt through for the month of March. This is Yuzu Serenity from Goose Creek. Now this one had I want to say a 6 strength with a solid 7 throw in my open concept space. If you saw my haul video where I cold sniffed this one, I wasn't too much of a fan of the lemon balm note on cold, but when I burnt it, this one got so much better and ended up being like a nice, I think it was like a lemon tea fragrance. Lemon balm, fresh yuzu, and green tea. Yep. So I really enjoyed this one in my open concept space. I also paired it with lemon and mint leaf, and I think sugared lemon. So also this one had a beautiful burn. Wasn't a hot, fast city burner, so no soot, no wax discoloration. And if you like citrusy tea scents, this one definitely had more of a green tea vibe to it. Had a nice zen, relaxing citrus fragrance. So, tea fragrance, citrusy tea fragrance. So if you enjoy those type of scents, then I highly recommend Yuzu Serenity. And then last but not least, we have Into the Night. I really enjoyed this as a bedroom candle. I know some people say this one is super strong, but for me, this was a strong medium. It was a nice strong medium presence in my bedroom space, whether I was in the room with the candle lit or if I walked in and out of the room. Definitely gotta like perfumey body care fragrances to get into the night. I'm an In the Stars girly, but I did come around to loving and enjoying Into the Night just as much as In the Stars. So I think this one is an online exclusive, so you can still get this one. I think I picked this one up maybe for like Candle Day. Oh, this is from 2022. Goodness. I really enjoyed this one. I would definitely be purchasing it. It smells just like the body care. I know sometimes certain formulations can smell a little different from what the body care scent gives, but to me, this one smelled exactly like the body care. So if you love the Into the Night body care, then I would highly recommend getting the candle if you wouldn't mind it as a home fragrance scent. Overall, this one had a nice clean burn. The last burn did get a little bit of soot into, the wax pool. So I just extinguished it and called it a day. And I know sometimes these 3 wicks with the thin core wicks, especially the ones that aren't complete wraparound jars, like the labels, they can burn a little hot and fast. So, but overall, I enjoyed this one and I definitely would repurchase it. And that concludes this empties video, you guys. 23 empties for the month of March is not bad. I am proud of myself. I do plan to empty more of my wax melts for the month of April, along with some Easter and more spring-like scents. So looking forward to burning, more candles throughout the month of April. I had some pretty good burn experiences this month. I don't think I had to crock anything or put anything on my candle warmer. So that's always a plus. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, bye.